In this lesson, we are going to learn about change data capture and its steps to implement in Databricks. Change data capture is a software process that identifies and tracks changes to a data in a database. What does this mean? So, change data capture is used to replicate a table from one database to another database or another location. Let us understand why do we need CDC or change data capture. Let us assume that we have a table that we want to replicate to another location. One way could be that we establish a direct JDBC connection from Databricks to the relational database, and we do the initial load or the historical load of entire data to Databricks table and then do the incremental load. The second method is using the CDC method or the change data capture. Change data capture is not implemented by default in the database. This is something that you will need to request your database administrator or DBA to enable it for the required table or for the entire database. CDC has the minimum overhead on the database and does not impact the performance of the database or the table. So let us take an example of a table that has 3 columns in it: ID, name and amount. So whenever there are changes performed on this table, the information is captured into another table. Let us say if the record is inserted in the very first operation in this table, a record is created in the change data capture table that will contain the updated record, the sequence key and the operation that was performed. In the second operation, if the update operation was performed, the information will again be captured in the CDC table. Similarly, the delete operation will also be captured in the CDC table. This data will be exported as a file, let us say CSV or JSON file, to a cloud storage location. Those files can be used, or those change data capture logs can be then consumed by Databricks to create and replicate the data to the Databricks Delta Live location. Let us understand the steps that are used to implement change data capture. There are 2 steps. First step being creating a streaming live table over the location that has the change data capture logs. And the second step is using those logs, the CDC feed, and apply the changes to the target table. So the syntax to apply the changes to the CDC feed is apply changes into the live target table, which is the target table for the CDC, from stream, which is the source delta live table, the keys, which is the primary or the business key of the table, apply as delete when condition, which means when this condition is true, then go and delete the record. Apply as truncate, which means if this condition is true, then truncate the table. Sequence by is the sequence number. This is a column in the source data on which to sequence the records. Delta live table automatically handles data that arrives out of order. The columns that we want Databricks to ignore, which can be specified with except keyword. And lastly, we want to specify whether the target table is SCD type 1 or SCD type 2 table. Lastly, the limitation of CDC. In Databricks, the target of the apply changes into query or apply changes function cannot be used as the source for streaming live table. A table that reads from the target of an apply changes into query must be materialized view. Thank you.